Homer right side. Gonna cut it inside. Looks now for the end zone.
I mean, you're better off just rolling it down the field, the 40-yard line, than kicking a line drive to number 15.
Salcido in motion. Snap taken heating. Gonna throw down the seam. He's got Coleman in the end zone. Touchdown. Love it. Look out. Off to the races. Matt Morrison. Blitz up the middle. This one intercepted. Picked off at the flat. It's Lynch on the road, down by a point. Capetta calls his own number, takes the plunge, and ends up in the end zone. Four-man rush. Throws across the body, looking for Peters. He's got him on the run. Beholder Savati. It's clean. The kick is up. Good. And good. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Portsmouth. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Two Seacoast rivals about to collide head-to-head here in week number 6. It's the Exeter Bluehawks and the Portsmouth Clippers, live on Military Appreciation Night here on the Seacoast. Well, these two teams are both unbeaten against in-state competition. We'll start with the home team, Portsmouth, led by head coach Brian Pafford. They're undefeated, period, through 5 weeks. A perfect 5-0 that includes an out-of-state victory over a Maine powerhouse in Oxford Hills a week ago. Exeter, meanwhile, they won their first 4 games on the schedule, no problem. Challenged themselves with a home matchup against St. John's, who made the trip up from Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, to hand the Bluehawks their first loss of the season. So both teams, record-wise, again, still undefeated against in-state competition. That's what matters, and that's what every team tonight in week number 6 statewide is starting to eye, the playoff positioning.
Absolutely, Nick. You know, one of the things, each of these teams, not that every game isn't important, they are. But each of these teams, in my opinion, have had a big game where they face stiff competition. But when you look at the Dover game with Portsmouth, that is a huge game to fight right to the end, 24-22. It's all about getting your tools sharpened, as I talked about in Gridiron last night, Nick. You take Exeter down in St. John, up in Exeter, St. John coming to Exeter, top-level football team. You alluded to the main contest. And, these teams have been tested. And I think that's going to help them in this game because they're going to test each other tonight.
Well, both teams like to get after it. Two of the more physical teams. And we expect what should be a gloves-off affair tonight, so to speak, in week number 6. The winner, still with some challenges over the final 3 weeks of the regular season, but they would be in the driver's seat in terms of winning the division. All right, let's bring in our pregame guest tonight, Brandon Brown. Welcome aboard from the Seacoast Media Group. Glad to have you on.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You have seen these two teams as many times as anybody in the media. Your initial gut feeling is what tonight when you analyze the Clippers and the Bluehawks?
So during the week, just going back and forth with this game, obviously Exeter is a powerhouse with the run game, the defense, haven't allowed more than 10 points more than once this season. That was against Timberlane, and that was all in one quarter. So since then, defense has been really stout. Portsmouth, they've improved offensively, I think, this year with 2 key additions from transfers, Brooks Connors and Emmanuel Poe. So I think that allows your offense to be more versatile. They can run the ball up the middle. They can spread you out offensively. So I think it could come down to who has the ball last for this game. And I think Portsmouth being at home could have an advantage with that, with the home crowd. But Bill Ball, I know he has his guys ready, so it'll be a good one.
Hey, thanks for coming on. Seacoast Online is such a great resource for us at Friday Night Lights. Kind of blended in with that with the whole NHIAA move to go to 3 divisions instead of 4. My initial thoughts, I'd be interested in yours, would be that when you've got 3 teams like this, kind of like 4 you've got in the East is a real battlefield right now where they are guaranteed to play each other every year, which is creating these rivalry games. Your thoughts moving from 4 divisions to 3? Think it's been a success so far?
I think it has. I think it just makes the competition more better for every team. Just, for example, knowing you have the Exeter team on your schedule every year, you're up for that game. You know that's a challenge every time you play them, so it makes your practicing more better. It makes everything better. So I like it. I like it.
Yeah. As we move on in this game tonight, you talked about the basics. What about something behind the scenes that you see tonight that one specific team has got to do exceptionally well to come on top? Any thoughts on that, whether it be any phase of the game or any personnel or whatever you see out there that you've watched throughout this year?
So I mentioned Exeter's defense has been really good up to this point, but one thing they have struggled with is a big play here and there. So I think if Portsmouth offense could get a few of those downfield shots or just explosive plays, I think that'll keep them in the game for sure and could give them get the win.
How about on the Portsmouth side? What do you see there?
Their offense, they got to just attack. They can't be scared. They just got to attack. They got to stick to what they know, give their balls to the playmakers out in open field. I mentioned Emmanuel Poe, Brooks Connors. You have Angus Moss. You can put him in the slot. You can put him anywhere on the field.
Yeah.
Cole McLaughlin in the backfield, number 25. Very tough physical runner, so they have some pieces over there.
Yeah. Now, you were telling me off air you came up from Mississippi.
Right.
That obviously is known for its football, its high school football. Big crowd here tonight, at least by New Hampshire standards. What are your first impressions?
Oh, yeah, it's a very big crowd. Had to get here early. And even then, I still feel like I was late. So, very big crowd, packed house. Both schools are very well represented out here, so it should be a good one.
Good stuff. Now, you've got a team of writers, right? Not only across the state tonight, but across state lines in Maine as well. Where can the readers, the listeners, the viewers read your stuff and your colleagues tomorrow?
Seacoast Online everywhere. SeacoastOnline.com/sports. Foster.com/sports. Our Twitter feeds. Follow Jay. Follow myself on Twitter. We post everything on there. So really, Seacoast Online is where you can get everything.
Good stuff. Appreciate you dropping by.
Sir, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Great seeing you again.
Let's talk again soon.
Yes, sir.
That's Brandon Brown. Seacoast Media Group doing a great job. His colleague Jay Pinzenalt, an old friend of ours, of course, and his first interview held up well here, giving us an inside scoop on both teams.
Well, one of the things you've done, Nick, for us at FNL is you kind of bring all this other press together, and for me, now I'm starting to go to them to a resource and review what they have to say as you learn who different people are. And the writing on Seacoast Line to find out what's going on the East, but all of the state, but the East in particular, is outstanding. And got a chance to talk to Brandon in one of the last games that he was here, and you can tell he's enjoying himself, having some fun up here in the North Country.
And as we talked about tonight, Salute to Service is the event. It was a gathering on the field moments ago of not only first responders but veterans and active military servicemen and women honored before the game. Good stuff, and there'll be little celebrations and such, I guess, over the course of the night. Got a big fire truck in the background.
MIA.
And of course,
MIA.
Right. And of course,
flag.
The students are here as well, donning what looks like red, white, and blue. So the theme is in full swing here in Portsmouth tonight.
And there's something about this game of football, Nick, that it's a battle, and it's a battle of wills, mental, physical, spiritual, even when you get on a football field and you put yourself in harm's way. Imagine, when you leapfrog up to what these men and women do for us in the armed services and the first responders, Nick. These are special people. My brother was a firefighter and paramedic for 35 years.
Right.
I saw what he gave to his community from delivering babies, and all the awful stuff.
Yeah.
They're special people.
All right. When we come back, coin toss, national anthem, and then kickoff at the top of the hour. This one promises to be a good one. Exeter and Portsmouth, week number 6 in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
All right, we're back here in Portsmouth. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you, moments away from the coin toss, the national anthem, and then, of course, the opening kick is scheduled for the top of the hour. We'll also keep an eye on the out-of-town scoreboard tonight, week number 6, featuring some big matchups, Bedford and Dover colliding, 2 top 10 teams. And, of course, red-hot Bishop Girton going to challenge unbeaten Pinkerton. So we'll try to get you some score updates tonight when we can. But this one, front and center on the Seacoast. Portsmouth, a lot of folks are here. And, again, it's for a good cause as well. Salute to service, community first responders, veterans, and active military are here tonight. And we're honored on the field moments ago. Meanwhile, Exeter hearing the boos here on the road as they gather in the end zone. The Blue Hawks have won 9 out of 10 against Portsmouth over the years. That was according to Clipper head coach Brian Pafford, who we spoke with last night. Coach Ball has had that head-to-head advantage, but Coach Ball responded saying, well, this Portsmouth team is about as good as they've been in quite a while.
Yeah, and let's give Coach Pafford credit where credit's due. He's been building this program. When you start seeing over 100 football players on a program, Nick, something's going well. When we talked to him earlier in the year, he kind of said that there's a real strong outreach, Nick, from the players at the high school level down to the youth leagues. There's an association and a connection there they've made and done all kinds of other sort of social things with the young. That's what feeds these programs. And, of course, they're in the junior high league, Northeast Junior High League, which is, you know, a critical element to playing the highest level teams out there. Other New Hampshire programs have joined. It's just going to get better and better. All that leads into a competitive culture and mindset that Coach Pafford and his assistants and the school system has brought into it. And Portsmouth has always been a competitive. At one point, they played in obviously lower divisions. They've come up here in Division I. They're competing extremely well in lacrosse, as we know, extremely well in football. As long as Coach Pafford keeps doing what he's doing, I don't see much changing.
Well, the attraction has been there, especially over the last few seasons. Now over 100 players in the program. Of course, they draw also from Oyster River, from next door Durham as well. But the majority of this club, as we know, from Portsmouth.
speaking of the Clippers, there they are inside the helmet and about to take the field here as the crowd welcomes them to Dobney Field.
That's quite a show.
One of the better places to take in a game for sure. It's one of our favorite spots to call a game. We're right here in the crowd, and they always turn out, but especially tonight as this place is packed.
This has been a game that we've seen on the radar, but boy, with both of them being essentially undefeated in the state of New Hampshire, Nick, it really brings it upscale because whoever wins this game is really on the road where they kind of control their destiny as it relates to the future. You've got a Portsmouth win against Dover already. Exeter will be playing them in a week or two. This game tonight sets the stage for it all.
Yeah, you mentioned Exeter. They finish up the regular season in the finale
With Dover.
That's
going to be a big game probably.
At Bill Ball Stadium.
But, we were talking earlier about the three divisions, Nick, three conferences within Division I. And I wasn't sure about it at first, but then you begin to look at the alignment of those teams and the rivalries that are built in division that are going to build every single year. It just makes it for really exciting football and makes the season really special because almost every week you're looking at playing an in-conference rival, and we all know what that means. Those are all special games.
Captains meeting at midfield. 4 each way, as we know. All seniors. Player to watch tonight, according to some, is the man on the right side of the screen right now. It's number 25.
Oh, I was just thinking that. Yep.
Mr. McLaughlin, he was very impressive when we were here 3 weeks ago in that back-and-forth battle against Dover. Cole, the senior, listed at 6 feet, 180 pounds.
Yeah, a few things about that guy are really special. He reads. His ability to read what's going on in the field as it relates to his job and his area of responsibilities. He does it as good as anybody. He's got tremendous speed to react. And then on top of that, he has the ability to recover. If for some reason he makes a mistake, Nick, he's got the ability to be able to recover very, very quickly. And the greatest players, the Deion Sanders of the world, and, so many cornerbacks and defensive backs have got to be able to recover on defense. And he sure as heck gets it done like no other. There's so many good athletes out in the field, it would take us an hour to go over each one. But we're going to be calling off their names as we go forward here, and you folks are going to see some really solid athletic conference. We talked last night on Gridiron. This is about matchups.
Here we go. Players pumping each other up. Always one of my favorite parts of the game. And now we're going to bring forth.
John's about, I think, 5'8", 5'9". But when he stretches out with that camera, he can get right in the stall where everybody is.
In the eye of the
Matt,
storm.
great job, and Kristen, great job over there getting the Clippers right on top here.
All right,
everybody's ready here.
Got the band here ready as well, I believe, for the national anthem. The color guard is out on the field as well.
Good student section here down to our right. They always are. Exeter's brought a pretty good, solid team of fans as well over there, and I'm sure they're strung out, on the sidelines as well. So, great crosstown rival. Well, maybe a little more than crosstown, down the road a piece.
Yeah, not too far, about a 20-minute drive maybe for the Exeter fans, and they're still arriving as we speak. All right, let's turn our attention now down to the field here for the national anthem.
The colors tonight are presented by the Portsmouth Police Honor Guard. The national anthem will be performed by Portsmouth High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Eric Gagnon. Anyone wearing a hat or cap, please remove them.
Well, there it is, the Portsmouth High School Marching Band under the direction of Eric Gagnon, setting the stage tonight. Salute to service. The theme, veterans, active military, and first responders, amongst several thousand here gathered at Tom Dobney Field in Portsmouth. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams undefeated against in-state competition, hoping to leap to the front of the pack, at least in D1 East here in week number 6.
Great division, a lot of rivalries, and you've got other teams that throughout the last couple of years, Nick, the Winnicott Warriors, Spalding, building numbers, gradually building, may not come out wins and losses yet, but certainly on their way to more. They actually started out, remember, 5-0 last year. It takes a while to build a program, but this is a strong conference out here, and we always enjoy it. It's worth the ride all the time. I mean, that Dover-Portsmouth game here was just phenomenal. Expect nothing less tonight.
Portsmouth will receive the football. Dylan Drunzik, the senior for Exeter, has got the ball teed up at the 40, swings the leg, and we are underway on a foggy night here on the Seacoast. Deep on the return, breaking near side, this is Angus Moss, one of the speedsters we'll to keep an eye on tonight for Portsmouth. So we get our first look at the quarterback, Aiden Thomas, 6'1" senior, a multi-year starter, and
is that Cole Kelly on the tackle there? That was a great job.
I believe that was Cole Kelly.
What a terrific job on the outside to contain. Here we go. We've heard about this Portsmouth offense. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Let's see where they are now.
Saw them 3 weeks ago in that back-and-forth battle against Dover. It's a 24-22 win over the Green Wave in which Thomas played very well. Meanwhile, the handoff at a first down on the first play of the game. It goes for 15 as Cole McLaughlin, one of the better all-around football players in Division I, shows us why there on the game's first carry.
What a great turn. Couldn't hook block him, but he got the job done, pushing him off the off tackle. Nice decision to break outside, grabbed another 5 or 6 yards.
There's the junior out of the secondary, Tyler Bland, who ended up bringing him down, but not before a 15-yard gain. On 1st and 10, handoff left side, not much here for the junior running back, Brooks Connors, who has found himself more and more involved as the season has progressed. Big size at 6'2", 215 pounds. But stopped there along the line, gang tackled after only a gain of 1. So 2nd down and 9 here. Portsmouth's opening drive just a minute old, and now 2 running backs are going to join Thomas in the gun. It's a high snap, handoff on a dive play that goes to midfield. We'll set up a 3rd down and 4 as, again, it's Connors who gets his number called.
Nice job on the front. If you see in the replay, folks, you'll see that the offensive line of Portsmouth did a really good job, and that is quite a feat against this defensive line. Watch the surge they get. Now look where the line of scrimmage changes about 5 yards down the field. If that keeps happening, Portsmouth's going to have a good night on offense.
First tackle for Tyler Graney, the junior D-end. Meanwhile, on 3rd and 5, they stick with the ground game, and it's Connors up the middle. First down and more, all the way to the 10-yard line before he's dragged down from behind. A big burst of 41 yards to set up 1st and goal.
Watch the cross block that opens this up, Nick, to get him the acceleration he needs on the left part of your screen. Look at that nice cross block. Good push on the outside. He's got those 2 key blocks he needs, and then he just does the rest on his own. I think he's down the 5-yard line. Here we go.
Gun snap, Thomas, handoff, McLaughlin, right side run. No, it's a keeper, and it's Thomas in the end zone for the touchdown. Had everybody faked, including the announcer. A beautiful misdirection executed to perfection. It goes for 6 yards and a 6-point score already on the board for Portsmouth.
You know, Nick, I want to see this. This is a terrific job. Look at that decoy. He hides the ball well. There wasn't anybody except himself. And the DB way off to the left that had any idea he had the ball. Look at him stay low and stealth. Hides the football so the linebackers can't see. They're all turned in, covering the feed through.
Extra point attempt up and good.
Impressive drive, Nick. Very impressive drive.
Line drive there off the right foot of the junior Daniel Solar Sala. Sorry, he's only a sophomore.
Yep.
But already he's got the senior-looking leg, so to speak. An impressive drive is right as Portsmouth, in quick work, less than 2 minutes, go down the field and punch in a 6-yard score on the ground from senior quarterback Aiden Thomas.
Exeter's giving them a battle, but they're getting walled off, Nick, at the key point of attack. But that was as good of a fake handoff as I've seen. I haven't seen any better all year long. That was terrific drive. Let's see what this Exeter offense can do, which has been extremely potent all year long. Even against St. John, Nick, they moved the ball quite well, especially in the first half.
So the Blue Hawks on the road in an early hole, trailing 7-0. Solar Sala going to kick this high in the night sky. It's fielded on the run at about the 15-yard line. And a little bit of room here to the right side
nice
for
return.
Jack Kavanaugh, the junior. One of the players I'm sure we're going to call his name a few times tonight. Kavanaugh, part of this deep and talented backfield rotation for Coach Ball. So here comes Exeter. Good starting field position at their own 36-yard line. And
look for Evan Delory out there this game, Nick. I've been watching him on our broadcast, rebroadcast, as well as other broadcasts, and he has been terrific. There's a great trio of backs right here.
Jack Bove is the quarterback. Good size, 6'3", 180 pounds, senior. Low crouch under center, turns to his left. Handoff is to Kenny Verhelli. And the 5'8", 185-pound senior is going to pick up 4, maybe 5 yards up to about the 41-yard line.
And Coach Ball will take that every time, Nick. That sets up his playbook, 4 to 5 yards to go on a second down. Opens up his playbook to all sorts of options. Puts pressure on the defense up front. Linebacker core. Great play caller, great play sequence caller.
And, of course, the old
school, see what he does here.
T formation on full display as it's been over the past 3 decades under Coach Ball. Right side run. And the first carry for Evan Delory, first of many expected tonight from the 5'8", 170-pound senior. He's up to the 45-yard line, and that sets up 3rd down and 1.
Evan Delory does all kinds of things well, Nick, but he's a great ball protection guy. Does a great job securing the football, and he does an excellent job following his blockers. He waits for the seam to develop, and then he charges through it and he accelerates. He's been a mainstay for Coach Ball this year.
3rd and 1. Portsmouth trying to stack the box here. 5 at the defensive line. They go to Verhelli left side. He's met in the hole. He's driven backwards, and that is going to be close.
Number 60.
Portsmouth getting a pretty good effort there out of Cam Worcester, the senior.
That's a nice play.
On the tackle.
Watch him come in.
They're going to move the sticks. It's a 1st down exit.
Actually, it was met originally by, I believe, was it Kavanaugh? McLaughlin. Yeah, McLaughlin. And good job team tackling, bringing it up front, but a 1st down nevertheless.
Exeter needed 1. They get 2 to keep their first drive alive here tonight. If you're just joining us, Portsmouth on the board very early. 2 minutes in after receiving the opening kickoff, a 6-yard touchdown run for Aiden Thomas. Meanwhile, on 1st and 10, this one goes nowhere, maybe backwards. Portsmouth, they attack the edge, Steve, as you mentioned. As good as anybody there. Connors and company there on the stop.
Yeah, Connors, and I believe that McLaughlin was in on that one as well. This guy's everywhere. These two linebackers, Nick, they read and react and form tackle as well as anybody I've seen.
And the corner, Angus Moss, is not afraid to step up.
Not a bad
wrap up.
helper as well on the field. They're a great trio there.
It's a loss of 1. 2nd down, 11. All run plays so far for Exeter. Bove again with that low crouch under center, takes the snap, and here comes the first throw. Perhaps. No, he's going to tuck and run, and he's going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage. In pursuit, number 55 in maroon, that's Max Durkin. Coach Ball jokingly said seems like he's been around since the 3rd grade.
Yeah, I think he's sick of him, to be honest with you, being around. I think he's ready for him to graduate.
One of these veterans that has really cut their teeth in real time over the years and are now experienced seniors at Portsmouth.
Talking last night, Nick, this defense comes up and swarms the point of attack. And it's all done so effectively because they read so well. They don't guess, but they just see it quickly, and then they attack with tremendous speed and excellent tactical forms of tackling, Nick, no matter where it is in the line of scrimmage.
Big play here, 3rd and 11. Both left side looks in trouble and sacked back at the 35-yard line.
There he is again.
That's Worcester. Going to get credit for the sack, the first on the scene for the Clippers. And Portsmouth set to get the ball back here at the midway point first quarter.
Yeah, take a look at this, Nick. They're just chasing him down. What I really like is the ability that they have to move back and forth. These gentlemen are in condition on both teams. That's just a terrific job of hanging with the quarterback, following his hips, getting a piece, and then there's always 3 or 4 more Clippers coming in. Nice kick.
Yeah, it's John Dodge, 6'2 senior, got a hold of that one. Fair catch called for and made by Moss back at his own 23-yard line.
Well, good kick by the Exeter Bluehawks there, Nick. But you want to move that ball down the field. Coach Ball really wants to get that stick move, control the clock and the line of scrimmage, and started off pretty well. Had some good runs, but, boy, stout is the proper answer. We've been hearing everywhere about the Clipper defense. We've seen it for ourselves.
Coach Baffert told us last night defense has to stay disciplined.
Yes.
And they buckle up there to force the punt. So now, with less than 6 minutes to go first quarter, the Clippers a chance to work on the lead. Meanwhile, McLaughlin sees the hole snap shut.
Trying to get
shortly
who it is.
after he entered.
Number 33 from Exeter there.
Gets up to the 25-yard line, a gain of maybe a yard there. And a 2nd down and 9 on the other side.
Dan Batstone, nice tackle.
Yeah, we'll call Batstone's
number
name
both ways.
Yep. As he's part of that running back carousel and one of their better tacklers as well. Meanwhile, Thomas going to throw. He's got a man. Nick Smith, another two-way player on the perimeter for Portsmouth. Finds a little bit of room underneath and sets up a 3rd down and 2. That goes for 8, the first completion tonight for Thomas. First completion either way here with 5 minutes to go in the quarter. Over the middle and complete on 3rd and 1. Coach Pafford dials up the pass play, and it pays off as Moss makes a catch in a crowd to move the sticks.
Watch how Moss knows where the sticks are. This is about smart football. Coach Pafford was talking about last night. He likes his team, likes how they react, likes how their cerebral part of their game is solid. And when you're a receiver, you got to be able, they're not moving around, messing around here. They're moving the football quickly.
And Portsmouth playing with tempo here.
You're trying to get the defense off guard.
The officials weren't quite ready there. So now 2nd down and 9. Meanwhile, Coach Ball not happy about something on the far sideline. Longtime head coach / athletic director in the ear of the official. Thomas to his right, throws on the move, and he's got Connors for a 1st down. Into Exeter territory, bumped out of bounds by the defensive back Sean DeLello inside the 45. Portsmouth right now doing as they please here on drive number 2.
Yeah, the Bluehawks have a stalwart defense, Nick. And if there's one thing that I've seen right now with Portsmouth right off the bat is the passing game is crisp. I mean, it was fine against Dover, but it's really crisp now.
First carry for Dominic Bueno, an outside run.
Might have been a
nowhere.
fumble.
The ball comes out, and the officials trying to sort through the pile. Exeter says they have it.
This would be big for Exeter if they were able to recover here, Nick.
Coach Ball is in the middle of that pile, and so is our referee tonight, Mark Gregekis.
See if we get a look at it. Coach Ball not happy right now with as you look, see if we get another look at that.
Yeah, Portsmouth's gonna hold on here. They say Bueno was either down or he recovered it himself. As you can see there, pretty
clearly
good
the ball was out, and then it's just a matter of who comes up with it. So
2nd down and 8. After the delay, Thomas going to go back to the air, rolls near side, throws off the back foot, and throws it out of bounds, incomplete.
Smart football right there, Nick. Yes, it's 3rd down, but you do not want to force something. You get a 7-0 lead. Things seem to be going your way. You're in the opponent's territory. Don't take any chances of some pick six or turn the ball over. worst case scenario, you want to put the Blue Hawks starting deep in their own territory. If you're a Portsmouth strategist, that's what you're looking for here. But obviously looking for the first down.
First 3rd and long they've had to face. 3rd and 8 coming up. Took them less than 2 minutes on the opening drive.
Yes.
To get down in the red zone and then cap it off with a 6-yard score by the quarterback. 3rd and 8. Thomas with time throws right side. And he's got a man for a first down.
This passing game is crisp. Great route run. Watch this receiver force the defensive back to play off of him. We're not going to see it there, and then he comes back. Very difficult to defend that, Nick. One thing for sure we've seen is these receivers from the Clippers, Nick, they know where the first down marker is, and they're doing a great job attacking it.
First grab tonight for Jackson Jones, the 6'2 senior split end.
Nice run.
On 1st and 10, another chunk play as Cole McLaughlin, who has looked good here in this first quarter, is going to pick up 9 yards on that first down run.
This pace, Nick, is fierce. Definitely benefits the offense when you can move the sticks at a fast pace. Defense tends to get tired.
2nd down and 1. Movement, and now a flag.
We'll see what this is. I'm not sure there wasn't a quick move. Nope, it is encroachment. So they came across the line. Again, Nick, this fast pace is difficult to maintain the sort of, the sort of structure that you're used to playing a normal, offensive time frame in between plays.
This is essentially no huddle.
No huddle.
First down after the penalty, the game's first.
Tremendous
Thomas,
amount of time.
Plenty of time. A rainbow into the end zone. Sails on him, incomplete.
Nothing really there. First down, throw it away.
Intended there for Emmanuel Poe, but that one into the night sky and out of the back of the end zone.
A lot of Blue Hawk defenders, Nick, with their hands on their hips, and it's totally understandable why, given the circumstances. As early in the game it is. This is a frantic pace that they're running.
Yeah, they're right back to the line here again for 2nd and 10. Inside the red zone for the 2nd time here in this first quarter. McLaughlin going to plunge into a wall of white and try to carve out what he can, seeking the 10-yard line. Well, pick up about 4 to set up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, 3rd and 6. Be very interesting what this play call will be. Are they looking to guarantee the 10 points, or will they put this ball in the air and go for the whole thing? We'll see. Does look like it's, on the 4-yard line, Nick, could get a first down. This is where the Blue Hawks really got to dig in.
Yeah, the first down marker somewhere between the 4 and the 5-yard line. They go on the ground up the middle. It's Connors, and this is close.
I don't think he's going to have it, Nick. I think it's going to be about a half a yard short.
Tyler Bland with the tackle. Exeter says they have the football. No
Fumble?
Official word yet. Yes, it is. It's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Blue Hawks. So Exeter,
big turnover.
With a big takeaway defensively with their backs to the end zone. They have the game's first turnover either way.
Let's take a look here as he goes through the line. He gets kind of twisted. Looks to me like he just reached in and put both arms inside of his arms. We'll see if he pulls it away here. Looks like number 6 just pulls it out of his hands.
That's Evan Delory.
Evan Delory, smart foot, and the ball is nowhere to be seen, and nobody sees it. And who was that that jumped on it, Nick?
That's Isaac Beam.
Big turnover for the Blue Hawks right there.
Isaac Beam, the senior defensive lineman, comes up with the football, and now Exeter changes momentum, but have to begin deep in their own territory here, and not much on a right side run for Dylan Drunzik.
Well, the offensive line, Nick, is not getting the push off of the snap that they're looking for. You'll see here they're getting clogged up. They get stopped right at the line and stacked up. But these tacklers, these 3 linebackers, Nick, that are coming across, and the backside defensive end, I believe, was their backside tackle. These guys move laterally east-west as good as I've seen.
Evan Delory credited with the tackle there.
Boy, the officials really got to be.
I'm sorry, Delory with the carry.
Yeah, with the carry. 55 with a stop.
Yep, and now we're down to a minute to go. Of course, 55 is Max Durkin.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we got about 10 in the box. Exeter going to roll the quarterback out on 2nd down, and Jack Bove is going to dive out of bounds somewhere in the neighborhood of the 6-yard line. So it looks like another 3rd and long on the way here
It's
for
just
Exeter.
great lateral movement by the Clippers, Nick. I don't know who that was, but boy, did he chase him down. Nothing wrong with the speed on.
Yeah, that's Cam Worcester. He had the big
Wow.
sack on 3rd down on the first drive. And put the hurry on the quarterback there and
Interesting
broke
to
the play.
Interesting to see here how conservative or open Coach Ball goes with this play. You deepen your zone on 3rd down. You want to get that first down the worst way, but especially after a turnover, you want to make it count. But
3rd and 9 officially.
it's risky.
Bove, T formation, 5-man front, handoff.
Nothing there.
Up the middle. They stay conservative.
Yep.
And they end up well shy of the first down marker as Delory, with no running room, gained maybe a yard, and it looks like 4th down and 7 on the way.
Yeah, you're not going to give Portsmouth's going to have good field position as long as they receive the ball. But when you're that deep in your territory, 3rd down and 9, Nick, probably the right thing to do here. Set yourself up for a kick away.
That's Dodge, punt number 2 from his own end zone.
He can kick it.
That one's up in the air, good distance. Moss going to stay away from it. And this one takes an Exeter roll near midfield before it's down at the Blue Hawk 48-yard line. So all in all, about a 43-yard punt, no return.
Yep.
I think Coach Ball will take that with 10
think he
seconds
will.
left.
That little roll there really helped him. Gave him another 9 or 10 yards.
Yep.
Kind of puts it well out of field goal territory and forces them to move the sticks at least 3 times, 30 yards or so to get in field goal range. Although Exeter, if the kickoffs are any representative of field goals, this guy's got a good leg. So
All right,
we'll see what the Clippers can do.
Portsmouth with the football. It's their 3rd drive. Opening drive lasted less than 2 minutes. It resulted in 7 points. Meanwhile, Connors runs over a man here near side, and that fires up this home crowd. Going to step out of bounds about the 25-yard line after another big gainer of 23.
Watch the balance here that he's able to grab another 8 or 9 yards. But look first at number 25 again. This guy keeps scoring in the game. If we can see the replay on that one, you're going to see a lead block here, Nick. This is good when we come back, maybe.
Yeah. We'll take another look at it on the other side. Portsmouth back on the march. They've got a 7-0 lead here in the first quarter. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, Portsmouth with a 7-0 lead up on the board and threatening to come back inside the red zone here as we begin quarter number 2. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. This Exeter team, unbeaten against in-state competition. They forced a fumble inside the red zone on the last drive to keep
flag
this
down
at 7-0. They got a hold here. Our referee, Mark Gregorakis, only one penalty either way in that first quarter, but a hold here, it looks like on the backside of the McLaughlin run.
Yeah, didn't really see it, but it was deliberate flag, so something must have been out there.
Thrown by the referee himself and with no hesitation.
Yep.
Gave the signal.
The lead blocking on the edge for Portsmouth, Nick, is really beginning to get better and better and better throughout the game. And I thought Exeter is doing a pretty good job up the middle. If you notice, they made some adjustments on that second run, and Portsmouth's getting some yardage in between the tackles, but not quite the way it was before. But now they're attacking the edge. Good response. Coach Ball is as good as they get on responding to responses. So it will be an interesting cat and mouse game to watch this Clipper offense against the defense of the Blue Hawks.
Two longtime head coaches, friends off the field. Coach Ball has won 9 of the 10 heads up all time. Meanwhile, a bad snap is going to force Portsmouth back even further. Thomas able to dive on it, but they're going to spot it now 3rd and a mile at their own 49-yard line.
Yeah, ball security is as much as part of the snaps as a fumble, an interception. You know, it's a really important part of the game. Oftentimes when the defensive line starts really blasting the center, Nick, what happens is they know, or they're getting by the center, they start thinking about the block, and then all of a sudden the snap loses a little bit of its precision. That looked like what might have happened there, but nevertheless, it's a long way to first down time.
2nd down and 38. I said 3rd a moment ago. 2nd down and 38, and now it looks like
5 yards shorter.
Another procedural penalty here against Exeter. Saw that defensive line jump once in the first quarter as well. They jump here. Both teams, as we know, undefeated against in-state competition. Portsmouth overall 5-0. Exeter, their first loss last week against one of the better teams out of Massachusetts in St. John's. But the winner tonight would be in first place with 3 weeks to go in a very competitive Division I East. All right, back to throw. Thomas over the middle. Intercepted. A sliding pick at about the 32-yard line. It's Isaac Beam, his second takeaway tonight. He recovered the fumble back in the first quarter. He has an interception here to give his team the ball back again.
Okay, watch this throw. It looks to me like he completely did not see him downfield. He was throwing to number 13, and I think he just looked right by him. And that's great positioning. And, that ball was a wounded duck. It almost, I don't want to bug Ben again, but I'm not sure that didn't hit a helmet, Nick. Watch this. See if it hits a helmet. No, it just came out as a wounded duck.
Exeter the other way on 1st and 10. And again, not much running room.
But give Exeter credit, Nick, about these 2 turnovers. They're doing everything they can defensively try to get their offense back on the field. And usually if you give an offense enough reps, they can get it together. This is critical for the Blue Hawks defense to keep doing what they're doing, and they're keeping them in the game.
Yeah. Delory grinded out 2 there, but that's it. 2nd down and 8. Now nearly 2 minutes in. Second quarter.
You start getting to a certain amount of turnovers, Nick. The numbers or the percentages of winning changes. So Portsmouth's really got to work on the ball security element of things.
Back to the tee. Bove yet to throw a pass.
Nothing
there. Handoff up the middle. And again, not much. Another dive play for Delory. Up to about the 35-yard line, 3rd and 7 on the way.
Look at the gap coverage here on the defensive line that they provide. There's literally just nothing there at all. And that's a nice tackle by 54.
Yeah. Colton Broussard.
Yep, nice job.
One of the junior defensive linemen. Now this defense,
aggressive.
Been good all year, Steve. They
have.
Gave up 6 in a 40-6 win over Spalding in Week 1. Followed that up with a shutout victory over Winnicott. And Dover, as we know, an explosive team. They got the better of them in Week 3, 24-22. Bove on 3rd down. The bootleg is not going to produce enough. He gets up to about the 38-yard line, but well shy of that first down marker.
Mr. 55 here, Nick. Max Durkin. This guy causes havoc. He, to be that thick and that rugged, and to be able to run like that. Now watch him come across the field, Nick. He knows darn well what's going on, and that's just terrific. Forces him outside, never could turn upfield.
His 3rd tackle already. 3 minutes in now, second quarter, 3rd punt up in the air off the foot of John Dodge. And it's Moss who goes down to the carpet to pull that one in with a fair catch at the Portsmouth 35-yard line. So it stays 7-0. It's been back and forth.
Little ping pong.
A game of field position with the exception of that opening drive by Portsmouth, which looked unstoppable and only took 2 minutes off the clock.
Portsmouth has some great field position, then they're giving the ball up down the far end. And I would go back to Coach Ball's decision to play the percentages. You're 3rd and 9, Nick, and he just runs the ball up the middle, and he gets that great kick. And I think those are the little pieces in the game. Coach Ball, we don't want to think about how many years he's been coaching, but experientially he's experienced it so often he knows what to do.
And his team's winning the turnover battle here.
They are.
In this first half, 2-0. Portsmouth, though, winning the game 7-0, at least for the moment. And they go back to work on the ground with the big junior, Brooks Connors. This 6'2", 215-pound junior who played pretty well when we saw him 3 weeks ago, but he's already made his mark on this one here in week number 6.
Looks like the youth league cheerleaders are helping out the high school girls on the Portsmouth sideline, Nick.
Meanwhile, on second down, an extended squad. I think you're right. There's some youth cheerleaders amongst the varsity high schoolers here, and of course,
having a lot of fun.
Both student sections have turned out.
Vibrant.
The Portsmouth side wearing red, white, and blue in honor of the Salute to Service night. Of course, before the game, we saw veterans and active military along with first responders honored on field. Meanwhile, 3rd down and 8. Thomas on a rollout. He's got room. He throws, and this one is incomplete. Came in a little low, intended for Angus Moss. Pretty good coverage there by the cornerback, Delory.
And this mist is starting to condense just a little bit, and that can make it pretty waxy down there in the field, especially on the football. We'll see what happens here as this develops.
Yeah, fog in the forecast tonight.
But it will affect the passing game if it starts getting too slick. So,
first Friday night of October. Glad to have you with us here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire.
So far, turned into a defensive battle back and forth.
Yeah, and this one expected to be close tonight as these two teams maneuver for first place in Division I's Eastern Conference. First punt tonight.
Oh, what a kick.
And that's a good one off the right foot of Tucker Husky. It's going to take a Portsmouth roll inside the 10-yard line. Wow. It's got the crowd fired up. Husky had to pull that low snap off the turf.
Well, Nick, if you're going to play field position football, we all know how important a kicker is.
Right.
And let me tell you, he just nailed that thing. That wasn't just a good roll, Nick. Look at this. He just booms that thing. And I always like a good punt outside the hash line, Nick. The percentage of a shallow or a low or no return goes up the charts when you're able to do that. And then he gets a 12, 13-yard roll after that. That is precision. Special teams, and more special teams.
And both teams tonight have gotten some good punts.
They have.
That have flipped field position.
Kicking game, and both of these teams, as you said, Nick, are excellent.
All right, Bove trying to jumpstart this offense. Exeter looking for their first down since their first drive of the ball game. Handoff right side, and that's a good run. I believe that's Delory up to about the 14-yard line.
I don't think he got quite as much as you think.
Not Delory, but his teammate Kenny Verhelli.
Well, no, they got 5. Yep.
It was Delory.
It was Delory, yeah. He's a good runner.
Tackle there by McLaughlin.
Don't let his size fool you. He's got strong legs, and he knows how to hit those small steps, Nick, on the point of contact to carry and drive the defender.
Goes for 4.
Further in his direction.
4 yards officially. Nearly 5 minutes in, second quarter. Exeter back to the ground, left side run this time, and there's McLaughlin to finish it off.
He's everywhere.
Held up initially, it looked like by Durkin, and then McLaughlin at full speed brought down the ball carrier. It goes for 2 officially for Verhelli. It's been Verhelli and Delory really the 2 main cogs in this run game, at least so far here for Exeter in the first half. 3rd down and 4. Blue Hawks trying to avoid another 3 and out. Portsmouth hoping for a stop and may get the ball back with good field position. Bove, another low crouch. 7 in the box for Portsmouth. Verhelli in motion. They roll out Bove. Right side, going to throw the first pass.
Terrific defensive
play. And it's incomplete. Yep.
Yeah,
that's Tucker Husky, the man who just made the punt. Breaks up the pass attempt here on 3rd down to bring up 4th and 6.
Watch the tracking here. This was a well-designed play, but that's just terrific defensive back work. was behind him where he was supposed to be until the ball went in the air. And watch him. He just comes right in front of him and steals the ball away. That's just terrific tactical defensive back work right there.
Good read by the senior.
Yep.
Meanwhile, this one's blocked. It is blocked off the right hand of Ajaya Arshaya. And this one whistled down at about the 20-yard line. So Portsmouth are going to win the battle there on special teams, and it's going to pay off as the offense is going to set up camp inside the red zone.
So I would say that the special team advantage is going to the Portsmouth direction, and then the turnover is going in Exeter's direction. We'll see how those two elements of the game collide as we work our way into the second half, Nick. Boy, he took a shot after he tried to catch that ball and get it and run with it.
Now, Mason Smith was the senior who got his left hand on the punt there.
Well, you know,
I'm
sorry, Nick.
Kind of held out both hands and ended up making contact with the left just in time to get a piece of that football. So, another good individual play is going to set up Portsmouth with primetime field position. They go here to McLaughlin. He's going to fight on second effort and push the pile down inside the 15-yard line.
I don't know how he does it, Nick.
I don't either.
When you look at the weight of that pile of his own players, as well as a really good defensive center now developing for the Blue Hawks, and he's able to twist and turn.
That's Connors.
And the whole time he's holding onto that ball with full two-arm pressure, Nick, and two-hand pressure.
Connors has looked
Smart
good
player.
in this first half. He ripped off a long one in the first quarter to set up the touchdown.
Got to see him.
And now he's got his eyes on the end zone. He's going to stumble just shy inside the 5-yard line, down at about the 3.
Watch the seal block he gets from the outside in here, Nick. If we're going to get a good shot of it, hopefully. Watch the seal. Now comes across. Look at that seal block by number 25 again, McLaughlin, taking the main tackler out of play.
Handoff. McLaughlin tackled at the line of scrimmage.
He's close.
Going to be about a yard shy. Graney registers another tackle up front. Of course, Graney from a football family.
Oh, yeah.
As we know.
Been fun to watch him play this year.
Tyler going to be here for another couple of years, only a junior. Meanwhile, no huddle. They keep it with the quarterback. Thomas reaches over the goal line. Ball comes out. Exeter may have just recovered. Nope, they're going to say third down.
I think his knee was
third and goal.
I don't know if it was, but I think they're going to say his knee was down. We'll see it here. But you really don't want to do that, Nick. You don't want to be putting that ball out there.
We'll see the second.
No, I have to be honest with you. He looked like he was above. Yeah, I think, Coach.
Third and goal from the 1. They go to Connors, and this time there's no question. He's in the end zone for the 1-yard touchdown run, and it's 13-0 Clippers.
I saw a great down block, but there had to have been a kick-out block there unless the defensive end was taking a high contain route, Nick, and he slipped in between the two. But watch the down block on this play here. I believe it was the left tackle, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if we have it or not, but it was good work.
So they punch it in, and that caps off a short drive, which began at the Exeter 19-yard line. Kind of a tough snap, but a good hold and
nice
a good
hold.
kick. No, that one floats right, no good.
Hard to tell with a miss. I thought that was through.
Yeah, kind of a
All right,
tough
here's
one to see.
here's the play. Look at the kick down block by number 53, Nick. Did exactly what he needed to do. Sometimes it's not like some miraculous block, but it's knowing where that you've got to take that defender away from your runner. And Fletcher Miles with a terrific job there. You got to give these guys credit, Nick. It's not an easy job, and he opened it up there for his teammate Brooks Connors. That Brooks Connors, Nick, to the left is really working for him. They've got a lot of yardage from that.
Big hole there for sure.
Well, that's a big score right there, but
so Exeter.
I think Exeter's done a
hole here. Still got 4:25 to work with before halftime, but this offense has not been able to move the football consistently. And they're now down 13.
And I know those are touchdowns scored, but I think Exeter's stiffened up in the middle. But some of this off-tackle stuff is really working for Portsmouth, and they were able to get that ball. They didn't have to go very far, Nick. That punt was a real costly mistake there for the Blue Hawks.
Solasala's kick is a deep one for Helly from the 10 up to the 20, looking for a seam up the middle, and is hit right around the 30-yard line.
I like when a guy runs up the gut like that, Nick. That's just great work.
Sophomore Anthony Flagg getting the tackle there on special teams for Portsmouth.
Nice wall put up by Portsmouth to foil it, but if you can get a kick returner to do that every time and hold and protect the football doing it, he's going to break some. He's going to break at some point.
So Exeter looking for some offense here.
Yep.
Trailing on the road, 13-0, 4:20 now remaining in the second quarter.
If you're not, you've got to get the ball moving, Nick.
Bove under center. Again, Portsmouth with 5 down linemen. Pitch right side. And Delory, again, not going to get much as he seeks the edge, maybe 2. Second down and 8.
I said last night, Nick, is Exeter going to be able to move the football against this defense in Portsmouth? Well, with 4 minutes to go in the first half, it's been a struggle for them to do it so far. And I said on the other side last night, this Portsmouth defense comes up and just makes it difficult. I can't believe we haven't seen a play-action pass that's a model play-action pass. It would surprise me in this down right now if we saw it from Coach Ball.
Second down and 7 officially.
Because they're all coming forward on D.
From the Exeter 33. Again, a 5-man front against a wing tee this time. Hand off for Helly, left side, stopped by Moss, but a pretty good pickup of about 4. And that should set up a 3rd down and 2 here. And I know it's only the second quarter, Steve, but a big play, I think, on the way for a number of reasons here for Exeter.
I don't think there's any doubt about that. This is a big play. Coach Ball cannot really afford to make this 4-down territory, even though you're on your 40. That would be too risky with this potent. Got too much time left to do something like that. So it's got to kind of be here. And this can change if they get a first down here, they have the potential to change the complexion of the game.
Inside of 3 minutes. 3rd and 2, Bove. Hand off, first carry for Daniel Batstone. And he's going to be stopped again at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that's not typical Blue Hawk football, Nick, in the sense that it took way too long to get it through the line of scrimmage. They're all about getting through the line of scrimmage. That took forever to make that turn. Look at this. Too many steps. He slipped.
Slipped a little bit.
Yeah, and the fill and the athleticism of these defensive linemen and linebackers, Nick, are lethal to go against.
McLaughlin.
It is for real.
In the mix, Miles as well as Durkin all involved somehow in that stop. Meanwhile, this one is nearly blocked, but a good job by Dodge
to get away.
To dodge that one. And this one rolls down to about the 26-yard line before it's down. So Portsmouth will take over. Still some time to work with Coach Pafford. Got his team out in front. 13-0 with 2 minutes and change remaining here before the break.
I agree, Nick. Very interesting to see what Coach Pafford does here. Does he go a little on the risky side and try to do it in this situation? Or does he just kind of go conservative and go in the halftime with a 13-0 lead? We're going to find out real shortly.
He's got 2 backs with him in the gun. 3 receivers set. Exeter going to rush 5. Handoff is to Connors, going to lean across the 30-yard line. Stretch up to about the 31. It's the minimum pickup there, a gain of maybe 3 to set up 2nd and 7.
Well, I don't remember your commercial repertoire, so I don't think there has been a timeout called, has it?
No, there has not. Each team with a full arsenal
with the pace,
timeouts.
With the pace, I'm surprised that a coach hasn't called a timeout just to get some water and, maybe a pep talk. And
yeah, Portsmouth has played at a breakneck pace in this first half. Another hard count for Thomas on 2nd down. Handoff is for Bueno, and he breaks it outside. First down, stopped out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. That's Dominic Bueno, the 5'8" running back, one of the co-captains. His first carry tonight goes for 16 yards.
I don't know if you're going to see all of this, but number 9, Connors, watch the block. Look at this. He just pancakes him and takes him completely out of the play, which gives a tremendous amount of running room. His choice where he wanted to run, which lane to take. And then he has the wherewithal, Nick, to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
First and
now,
10.
Yeah, I think you'll see Coach get aggressive now.
Minute 23 remaining. Out of the gun, Thomas will play action. The throw, caught near the sticks. No, ball comes out and it's ruled incomplete. Tried to hook up there with Nick Smith. Smith got his hands on it initially, but couldn't reel it in all the way.
I think Nick would like to have this one back, Nick. It's a pretty well-thrown football right there. Got to bring that in, but
pretty good play by Delory.
It is, because exactly, not only that, I don't know if he got a piece. Well, somebody did back on the line. But what he did was he came right after the receiver, and it's tough on that inside seam route to hold your concentration.
2nd and 10. They fake to Brooks. They throw it in the flat, and it's dropped along the sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just – we talked about this on Gridiron, how he holds it a long time, Nick, and we were talking to Coach Paffett about it. Very unselfish football player. I really think in this situation he needs to just turn up field and run. He had 55 – kind of 7, 8, 9 yards back. Really want to turn that ball up and run there.
3rd and 10. Angus Moss upset with himself for dropping it. And now Portsmouth going to spread it out with 4 wide. Throw to Jones. Plenty of room and a first down. Going to tumble his way down to the 30-yard line. Another.
You'll see a
big gainer of 22 there.
You'll see a timeout here. There'll be a timeout here.
Portsmouth going to hurry to the line.
No, he's going to go hurry up.
1:05 remaining.
Wow.
Clock still ticking. And Portsmouth ready to go. 2 receivers each way. Now they do keep it with Thomas. Plants the right foot and rolls down to about the 21-yard line.
Now we'll call a timeout. That's a nice job by Coach Paffett managing the game.
That'll stop the clock with 51 seconds.
Well, you know what happened is sorry.
Go ahead.
His players all came up to the line of scrimmage, Nick. Well, it's just good stuff. His players came up to the line of scrimmage. We're already ready for the next play. So Coach Paffett looks out, sees that, and says, run it, boys. And then they run it. They take hardly anything off the clock, gets another play in, gets some yardage, and then stops the clock. Okay, the next 10 minutes is yours, Nick.
Well, we'll just get to the break later. That's all. Got a 2nd and 1 coming. Portsmouth, they've looked good. They've looked like the better team, frankly. They've got a 13-0 lead. Didn't take long to get down the field. The game's opening drive, less than 2 minutes. Aiden Thomas with a 6-yard touchdown run. Put Portsmouth out in front 7-0. Exeter defense trying to make this thing competitive. 2 takeaways in this first half. Kept the score at 7-0 for a while until Portsmouth, with inside of 5 minutes to go in this second quarter, tacked on another. A 1-yard touchdown from Brooks Connors to make it 13-0, and now threatening to add points here with 51 seconds to go before halftime. On 2nd and 1, they throw it near side, and that catch is made by Moss. A contested sliding grab that's going to move the sticks here and momentarily stop the clock with 47 seconds.
Yeah, the awareness, Nick, that the Portsmouth Clippers have where the first down marker tonight has been outstanding. And
Thomas going to throw again. This one incomplete. Yeah, the pace has been, like I said, basically no huddle this entire first half here. Blink and you miss it.
Yeah.
And now a 2nd down and 10. We can take our breath with the clock stopped with 41 seconds.
Oh, you're right. No blink. Forget. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And they're doing a pretty good job at it. I think they can improve on a few times, as far as some of the letting the pass play develop a little bit. But very organized attack here at this pace is hard to do. And they're doing it.
2nd and 10 from the 18. Thomas rolls left, eyes downfield, and that one broken up. Good play out of the secondary, a diving attempt at the football there by Delory, who got a piece. Yeah. And now 3rd and 10 coming up.
You know, I've watched Delory play, Nick, on offense and just think he's a stellar player on offense. But when you watch this guy's recovery speed on D and the passion in which he plays defense and how he's checking into that defensive side for the Blue Hawks tonight has been pretty impressive.
Fearless there, diving head first into the passing lane.
He wants it. He wants it.
To break that one up. Coming up at halftime, got the Portsmouth Marching Band. Live entertainment on the field, and I believe some of these veterans and first responders are going to be honored as well. So don't go anywhere coming up at halftime. Meanwhile, Thomas to the air. Catch made and a touchdown grab. Angus Moss able to beat the man, and those two hook up from 19 yards out to make this 19-0.
Nick, that ball and the poise that he just showed in the pocket right there was something that I didn't see as consistent as I'm seeing it now when he throws the ball. Made a few, but boy, with the way he sat in that pocket and led that ball with a velocity right in the breadbasket where only the receiver could catch it, those are game winners right there.
Now the extra point try. Bad snap foiled the last attempt.
That's
Solis Solaire's kick this time is down the middle good. So 20-0. Portsmouth pounding the drums here. They've gotten on the wrong side of this rivalry for a long time. Heads up. Coach Baffert told us last night when we spoke with him, 9 of the 10 have gone Exeter's way. Well, at least throughout this first half tonight, it's gone Portsmouth's way more often than not. And Thomas has played well, hooking up there with Angus Moss from 19 yards out.
I was just going to say, and your buddy there, your pal, Angus Moss, you talk about him all the time, Nick, and I'll tell you, he is doing it tonight. That was a heck of a pass route run right there, Nick, on offense. And he checks in on defense as well. He's a total player.
Yeah, two-way star on the outside.
I meant that endearingly, obviously, because you do compliment him a lot during the game, and he's showing why that is tonight in big plays at big times. Delory is doing the same thing for the Blue Hawks on defense. This guy's checking in both sides of the ball, playing his heart out.
Solis Solaire's kick, end over end. Backpedaling Verhelli across the 20. Looks for a seam on the right side of the 25 and grinds out an extra at the tail end up to about the 27. So Exeter, with 26 seconds remaining, they've thrown one pass in this first half.
Yeah.
And we don't expect a real aggressive approach here with 26 seconds to go with this drive starting at their own 27.
Well, to win the turn, to turn the ball over is one thing, but when you've got a defense like Portsmouth's been able to hold the Blue Hawk advantage they've had on the turnover battle, and then you have that bad kick, Nick, was a real pendulum swinger in the game.
The block punt?
The block punt, yes.
Yeah, that's set up a very short field for Portsmouth. Meanwhile, on the outside run, it's not going to happen. As again, McLaughlin and Worcester are over there. They've been busy along that defensive front for Portsmouth. And I believe that's going to be the final play of this first half. An exclamation point put on it by the Clippers. Undefeated at 5-0 coming in and enjoying a 20-0 halftime lead over conference rival Exeter. Coach Ball hoping to regroup. And Coach Pafford enjoying what he's seen here as he meets his group at midfield. Coming up in just a few minutes, a look back at that first half, stats, highlights, analysis, and of course, an out-of-state scoreboard to get to as well. A busy night statewide that features some other big games in Division I. So we'll get you all the latest.
Huge games.
Plus, of course, all the live on-field entertainment. The Portsmouth Marching Band making their way onto the field as we speak, plus the veterans set to be honored again here at the midway point. 20-0, Portsmouth out in front of Exeter. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. The New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit newhampshiretomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Marching band. Okay, kids, let's arc it up. Arc it up. Alumni, join us, please. I'm sure many of you saw the gigantic alumni band that we had at the 400 parade back in June. It was amazing, and we have a number of local alumni who were available to come and step in tonight and play with us on the field as we honor the first responders and the veterans in the various services. We're going to do our selection Armed Forces salute together. Okay. Hold on, Zoe. Color guard ready? Okay, here we go. Armed Forces. thank you to all the first responders and military service personnel. That concludes our halftime performance, and we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks at the next home game. And let's go Clippers. Have a great second half. One more time, let's hear it for our band, everybody. Great job out there.
Halftime here in Portsmouth, where it's been all Portsmouth to this point. A 20-0 lead on the board over Exeter through 2 quarters. Nick and Astis, Steve Beals with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Both teams coming in unbeaten against in-state competition through 5 weeks. And the winner of tonight's contest likely would be considered the favorite with 3 weeks remaining to potentially win the conference. This one was telltale early as Portsmouth wasted little time, went 65 yards in less than 2 minutes on the opening drive. A long run from Brooks Connors set up a short field and a first and goal situation. Aiden Thomas, the senior quarterback, did the rest with a 6-yard touchdown drive to make it 7-0 Portsmouth. Again, less than 2 minutes in to the contest. Exeter, troubles offensively in that first half, failing to move the ball. Only 1 first down, which came on the opening drive. However, the defense kept it close for a while, coming up with 2 takeaways, one in the red zone at the end of the first quarter and another early on in the second quarter. However, a block punt set up Portsmouth with a 1st and 10 inside the 20-yard line, and they cap off the drive with a 1-yard touchdown run from Brooks Connors with inside of 5 minutes to go. Another 3 and out gave Portsmouth the ball back, and then to your point off air, Coach Brian Pafford orchestrated a brilliant 2-minute drill.
He did.
Where Portsmouth went down the field in just over a minute and a half, used 1 timeout,
and hooked up through the air on a 19-yard touchdown connection from Thomas to Moss to make this thing 20-0, and that is where we are here at halftime.
Yeah, well, one of the things we talked about at halftime off camera, Nick, was, I'll say it again, is that it's really impressive to see as the play develops with the ball carrier getting out of bounds, using those smarts to get that done. Coach Pafford's rest of the team is running down to where the estimated line of scrimmage is to already start that playoff and really put the defense at a disadvantage. That doesn't happen suddenly in the game. That's developed over weeks of practice to try to get this fast-paced offense. And I don't know, the last time we played with Dover, I saw a little of it, but this is really a precision job by Coach Pafford as he worked it down the field. And he didn't even have to take a timeout because his players were ready within 5 seconds to run another play. No. Then he called the timeout. He did 2 more and then went into the end zone. Very efficient offense. But let's be honest, this defense is just not giving the Blue Hawks anything to work with. And the offense, we've never really seen the Blue Hawks offense struggle with any team that I've seen this year with them, other than St. John in the second half, with their offense, because they're a very good offense. It just lends itself to this fast, athletic, smart, and very tactically effective defense. Everything's working on all cylinders in this defense of the Clippers, Nick. They are a top echelon football team to this point.
Steve, you ready for some scores?
Yeah.
Week 6 statewide, some big games. We'll start with Bedford, the defending Division I champs, still undefeated. On the road, down the road at Dover. That game still with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Bedford, a comfortable lead of 28-10 over Dover. Elsewhere,
first touchdown scored against them.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. 4 shutouts in the first 5 games for the Bulldogs. All right, Steve, this one might raise your eyebrows.
I already know what it is.
Londonderry and North.
Yep.
Started
North's
the
up
third.
7-3.
It's now 9-7.
9-7.
In favor of Londonderry.
Okay, so they scored a touchdown. Okay.
So that's a halftime score, and that third quarter about to begin.
That's a battle.
Londonderry with a 2-point lead over North, 9-7. Salem, they're unbeaten. They're on the road tonight down in Massachusetts, taking on Wachusett. And that game is tied at 21.
Yeah.
With less than 4 minutes to go before halftime.
What a representation this year of the New Hampshire football teams against Mass and Maine. They've done a great job.
Winnicott looking for a win. Up 22-0 over Goffstown.
Wow.
On the road with 2 minutes to go in the first half there. Alvern seeking another victory. They've got a 13-0 lead over Concord at halftime. Keene starting to raise some eyebrows statewide. Keene a 28-0 lead over Nashua South at halftime.
Yep.
And
Coach Patino does not give up. He just keeps on training. He's got a culture that he brings to the program that just doesn't give up. Don't go into Keene or don't have Keene come to you thinking it's going to be an easy ride.
All right, Steve, what needs to happen here for Exeter to try and get back in this one in the second half?
I mean, the quick snap reaction is, no pun intended, is to throw the ball more. Well, that's always the case when you run a T. I honestly don't know, Nick. At some point it comes down to blocking and tackling, and I think that the blocking of Exeter against these athletes at the matchups, if you will, we talked about last night, are not working out as good as I might have thought that they could have. Thought it was going to be a little more even, but most matchups on the interior parts of the line when Exeter's on offense, they're just not opening up holes. I will also say that it feels like the plays, which normally with Exeter crisp, flying through that line of scrimmage, are taking too long to develop. There's a tentativeness of something. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's something the defense is doing. I haven't been able to figure out. But when Exeter's flying through the line and getting breaks and moving the sticks, I just think Portsmouth's got one heck of a defense. And this team, like you said earlier, Nick, has improved since we saw them against Dover. No doubt about it.
I was back in week number 3.
But I think you got to start throwing the football, and that's not going to help either.
This is Jack Kavanaugh able to pick up his own drop and explode up the middle across the 35, hit at the 40. Going to roll his way up to about the 43, maybe the 44. So it looked like doom and gloom there early in the return.
But that's the start they need right there.
Kavanaugh able to give his team a spark. So good starting field position for Exeter at their own 43-yard line
for the Blue Hawks.
And again, they look promising out of the gate. Their opening drive, they moved the football a little bit, but really stuck in the mud since. Hoping to turn that around here.
Let's also give credit to these official staff. We don't even know they're here tonight.
Right.
They're doing a terrific job from start that whole first half.
Just 3 total penalties in that first half. All right, a wing look here. And the give is to the wing. It's Verhelli on a left side run that's going to produce about 4 yards up to the 47.
Well, that's the kind of pace we want to see off tackle for the Blue Hawks. Watch this here on replay. This is getting through and this is off tackle. Boom. Who else but Delory? Hug straight to the line, able to pick up his team. 3 yards. You'd like to get 5 there, but at least he got through the line of scrimmage quickly. But these linebacker core of the Clippers, Nick, you come out there, you think you're going to get 6 yards, and you've only got 2.5. They're very, very good.
It's almost like a 5-2 base.
It really is.
With both Connors and McLaughlin at the second level. What's the look here, a 5-2. Play action. Bove going to run, going to throw, and it's complete to Verhelli. He's tackled immediately by Nick Smith. And that tackle is going to leave Exeter shy of the first down marker by 1.5 yards.
It doesn't. A pass like that got him 4 yards, Nick, basically. But what it does, it forces the defense to start having to think about something else if you can execute those passes. They did there. They've got to create a scenario where the Portsmouth Clipper defense has to start thinking about more things to stop because it's being done against them. Coach Ball's in a hole right now at 20-0. He knows what this is like on both ends. This is how he's going to get it done. I agree with him.
3rd down and 3 officially. Crowd chanting defense here at Dobney Field. Handoff up the middle.
Boy, what a great effort.
Yeah, second effort I think is going to give it to him.
It is.
Just the second carry tonight for the junior Daniel Batstone. And it's a big one as it moves the chains for Exeter.
Great effort.
Going to spot it down at the Clipper 45-yard line.
Look at the fight that he's showing here. These are the little things that have to be done when you're down. Look at that. Look at that leg movement. Leg drive is just terrific. They needed to move those sticks there, Nick. Little more zip when they're coming to the line right now. I'm sure they had a good motivational talk at halftime. They're acting like it.
I'm sure. Here's a pitch on 1st and 10. Delory going to tiptoe to the line of scrimmage. Going to leap his way to the second level.
Love the way
before
this
he's
kid
wrestled
plays.
Down in the secondary by Tucker Husky. Going to spot him inside the 40 after a 6-yard pickup.
The firepower coming off the offensive line now, Nick, is getting into the midsections and steering some of these defensive linemen. Let's hope for the Blue Hawks standpoint in a great game, they're able to continue to do that because if not, the offense will stall. So Exeter coming out with more zip on all different aspects of the offensive line and the receivers, getting through the hole quicker. We'll see what goes on here.
Pretty good block at the edge from the tight end Tanner Smith as well. Handoff on 2nd down, and this one not going to work.
Yeah.
Trying to
tentative.
Looked like bounce his way to the outside, and he was wrapped up sooner rather than later as Batstone is gone for, a -1 there.
Yeah, just kind of tentative, Nick, coming to the line, going east-west, not north-south. If the seam isn't the size of a truck, that's not going to happen every time. Sometimes, no matter how small it is, you have to drive into it and then just keep moving that ball forward. That's what Bill Ball is all about, is taking whatever's there and getting the maximum amount of yard. Every yard counts.
So 3rd and 5. Back to the original T look. Bove under center, 5-man front, little bit of movement, but no whistle. Coach Ball, eyeing the situation, is going to call for a timeout.
That seemed to be a cadence, an attempt to draw them offsides.
Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising is the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done where you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 5 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com. and also girls.nhtomahawks.com. And finally, by Spectrum Monthly. Powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at spectrummonthly.com. Exeter out of the timeout. 3rd down and 5. Play action, Bove to his left, eyes downfield, in some trouble, makes 2 men miss, back to his right, got to run for the 1st down and then some. Pushed down effort. Finally from behind at the 22-yard line. What a scramble is right as the senior makes something out of nothing there for Exeter.
And then he's got a 55-yard sprint across the field to get to Coach Ball in that situation. He's going to get himself a workout. But this is a young man that's trying to help his team win. And this is the little extra that needs to take place, especially for a quarterback. Look at the balance. Immediately reads that the other side, sees there's no defender that can get him, and he hustles his way to get his team deep into the red zone area of this Clippers, Nick. This is a big drive that they needed to come out.
They were kept out of the red zone in that first half.
Yeah.
Just over 4 minutes gone by, all on this drive here for Exeter. DeLaurie swallowed up in the backfield. Looks like 3 different maroon jerseys were there that time, including Durkin, who has been very active along the defensive line tonight for Portsmouth.
Well, it looked like Coach Ball was putting a lot of resources at the point of attack, but the backside pursuit of the Clippers is so fast, so good, so athletic that they're able to catch the play. And again, that comes back to getting the ball through the past line of scrimmage quicker. And that seems to me to be something that doesn't seem to be typical of what the Blue Hawks are usually doing in the games I've seen.
Both Broussard and Durkin involved there. Fletcher Miles. I mean, we've called these names time and time
Durkin
again tonight. That front 7 has looked as good as advertised.
Mm-hmm.
Nearing the midway point already. 3rd quarter, Exeter trying to bang this thing inside the 20 for the first time tonight. Play action, Bove has to get rid of it. It is complete. Short of the 1st down marker, but close. Down at about the 15-yard line, and the Blue Hawks are in the red zone.
Well, I mean,
get a look at the play action again. Throws on the run off the back foot and is able to hook up with the big-bodied Tanner Smith. The tight end pulls in his first catch of the night.
Bove showing a lot of leadership out there right now. He knows this is crunch time. You've got to answer here. You know, when you can come and answer this early in the 3rd quarter, get the game 20-7, at that point you start pushing the millstone up the hill. Big play here.
3rd and 6. Play action again. Throw, tipped, ball up for grabs and incomplete. Looks like it was knocked away from the intended target, Smith, at the last moment.
Yeah,
Exeter defense. I'm sorry, the Portsmouth defense. Excited about that. 4th and 6 now on the way.
I don't know why he didn't catch that on the rebound, Nick.
Had a chance there.
Had a chance.
I think Smith was upset with himself that he didn't come down with that.
Yeah, he wanted it. Well, you got to go here on 4th deep in the territory, Nick.
Coach Ball looks like he's going to do just that.
If they can convert here and go and eventually go down and score, this changes the uphill battle a lot, the incline, if you will.
Looking for the 13-yard line here. 4th down and 6. Defense trying to fire up this crowd. They fake. No, they do hand it off, and this one is blown up in the backfield. Cole McLaughlin leads the onslaught again for Portsmouth, and the Clippers are set to take over.
Don't really understand the call, Nick. I mean, you can't even run it straight up the field and get through the line of scrimmage before it collapses. The idea that it's, look at the complete collapse. This 55 is something else there.
It was supposed to be a double handoff.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't get a single handoff through the line. Really, I don't know, maybe they thought the over pursuit was going to happen. I guess that would be the angle, but
that's Max Durkin with the tackle.
Max Durkin has just been unbelievable. This guy is
handoff to Kavanaugh initially, and then Kavanaugh handed off to Verhelli, and Durkin blew up the play.
So a big opportunity lost there for the Blue Hawks.
1st and 10, Portsmouth. And on a dive play, McLaughlin is going to cross the 25, and that's it.
But the center defense, the defensive line on the interior, Nick, has been pretty darn good. Other than the first opening drive, has been pretty darn solid against Portsmouth. You got to give these guys a lot of credit from Exeter. They've done a great job, but Coach Paffett, I think, has managed an excellent game so far here.
And now it looks like
a terrific job.
Going to slow down the pace a little bit.
Yeah,
we saw that breakneck, almost no huddle pace in the first half, taking a little bit of time here between plays. 2nd down and 9, out of the gun, back to McLaughlin, up the middle. Not McLaughlin, but Connors.
Yeah.
Tough to tell them apart sometimes. They're about the same size. He's going to lean his way up across the 25 to the 26.
I doubt you'll
set up what looks like a 3rd and 8.
I doubt you'll see that with this speaker, Nick. I apologize. It's overtaken the. We're right under it, but I doubt you're going to see that fast-paced offense. To your point, by Coach Pafford, unless they're able to close it, but within a touchdown. Why would you do that? Burn the clock, right?
Got a 3-score lead here. Meanwhile, the low snap, and that means trouble for Thomas as he's wrestled down and sacked by Batstone, who continues to make plays defensively for Exeter.
Let's give this Exeter defense credit. I mean, don't forget, one of those touchdowns, Nick, was basically taken over on their own 20-yard line, or 28-yard line, I think it was. So, when you factor that in, this defense, I expected Portsmouth to score 14 points in the first half, but I also expected Exeter to maybe score 14 points as well. So give the defense here some credit.
Yeah.
They've done a good job trying to keep these fellas in the game.
Another punt for Husky. Another one, low snap, picks it up, and that may be the turning point Exeter's looking for.
Wow.
Going to be tackled in the backfield. Eli Beam is there to wrap him up where? At about the 10-yard line?
Yeah.
Call it the 9. So a 1st and goal, I believe, on the way here for Exeter.
Yeah.
We saw a block punt the other way back in the first half from just about this same spot where Portsmouth got a hand on the punt. This time the low snap hurts Portsmouth. Husky wrapped up by Beam, and now Exeter
big opportunity
with their best opportunity so far tonight to get on the board.
Yeah, I don't think the snaps have been an issue here. Long as well as direct.
1st and goal from the 8. Bove under center, T formation behind him. Handoff right side, Batstone cuts up at the 5, and it's cut down right there.
What's
about
the
a 2-yard
on that
gain,
2-yard?
Maybe a 3. Connors was there first for Portsmouth. Clock continuing to move. Fast-moving 3rd quarter. 3.5 to go.
For some reason, this whole defensive front here, for all the way down of Portsmouth, they are big, Nick. I mean, I knew they were good in Dover too, but when you look at those guys, they're a tough gang to handle.
2nd and goal from the 5. Bove on a sneak. Senior still on his feet. Finally brought down at about the 2-yard line.
I like
as Exeter
call.
Continues to creep closer to the goal line.
That's a call. He goes to line of scrimmage. If he sees that gap open, he pats his offensive lineman where he's going to go, and they fire off the ball. And I like it, Nick. They've got 2 opportunities. They're right on the 1-yard line, half-yard line. They got about 2.5 yards on that.
Yeah, the football is inside the 1-yard line.
Nice call by Coach Ball.
Exeter hoping to make this a 2-score game. 2.5 now to go, 3rd quarter. Bove again crouches down really low under center. The senior calls his own number. The ball's out. Delory recovers and is going to be ruled down shy of the goal line. Now a 4th and goal situation on the way for Exeter. Well, that ball wasn't quite secured there by Bove. It flew out, and Exeter fortunate to get it back.
Trouble with the snaps. I think the field might be a little wet.
McLaughlin comes over the top
and they're lucky they maintained possession there. Yeah. So, lost about a yard, I'd say. I would say this is crunch time in the game if they're going to make a run here.
4th and goal from inside the 2-yard line.
They have to have this.
Portsmouth loading up the box. Bove under center. Snap taken. Going to roll to his right. Going to throw. This one is caught for a touchdown.
Graney.
It's Graney, who leaks out into the flat and was able to catch that one with a diving effort. Tyler, the junior, able to come up with a big 4th down catch there to put Exeter on the board. It's 20-6.
I like the call. Very safe pass. You stretch him out. He had plenty of field. Look at the nice rollout, and he threw it where he had to throw it. Graney cradling that ball nicely.
Extra point try. It's a good snap. This one blocked. And it's whistled dead. Portsmouth brings a rush up the middle. It pays off. And this one stays a 14-point difference at 20-6.
There's nothing orthodox about this game, Nick, that you can count on. You know what I'm saying? Every time there's a touchdown, you assume, well, okay, well, that'd be. I already had in my head that's 20-7, and then something happens. We saw it in the first half as well. This game just has. Sure, look, what a terrific. Did you guys see McLaughlin just jump over the pile? Complete leap. I think he was a factor in the block. Big play there.
So Exeter,
but they did score.
They get the play on special teams.
Yep.
They take advantage of the first and goal situation. Took them 4 downs to get in, but Coach Ball will take it. It's
grit.
It's grit, and it's
grit.
Now, I would say a different feeling over there on that visitor side.
But it's also defense that made that drive, Nick. The offense is still not able to put together sound, chunks of yardage, but the defense, and of course an error by the long snap there put them in a position where the field was short enough they got it done. 2 nice calls there. I love the quarterback sneak. I love the out pattern play action pass, Nick. Those were crucial in getting into the end zone.
Drunzik to kick for Exeter.
What a kick.
It's got some length down the middle. It'll be fielded on the move by Poe. Poe changes direction at the 15. He's to the 20, and he's saddled down at about the 21-yard line.
Got to hold on to that football and cradle it tight.
Tackle made there by Braden Ream.
Well, what Exeter's done
junior
right now, Nick, is put themselves in a position, if there's another mistake by Portsmouth they can take advantage of, we could wind up having a game. But if you don't get any points on that drive there, It's an uphill battle going back and forth. This is a situation now where it's 14 points. It's 2 scores, not 3.
And now the onus is on Portsmouth to respond. After going 3 and out.
It is.
And then having the bad snap to set up the short field. A little something to prove here now with 1:31 remaining in the third quarter.
Be interested if he goes for a clock-killing slow drive or he brings up the pace again.
It's going to force a hard count, and that may have got the defense to jump. We'll see. Flags fly. We have not heard from our referee, Mark Gregorakis, very often tonight.
Offsides.
That's the 3rd encroachment penalty against this Blue Hawk defensive line.
Yep.
Saw 2 back in the first half. So a free 5 for Portsmouth. And now on 1st and 5, they call Thomas's number. The quarterback cuts it upfield and has what looks like a first down at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, I agree with Coach Pafford last night, Nick, on Gridiron, that Thomas has got to run the ball. I mean, this kid is good. He has a great plant step that he fakes outside and then he cuts up if he sees a seam. And just such an unselfish play, but sometimes you got to do it. And Coach Pafford was saying that last night. I'd like to see him run the ball.
One of the school's better athletes, a veteran at this point. And he has played well tonight.
Good quarterback frame.
A touchdown run and a touchdown toss to his credit. Here's McLaughlin. Going to stumble through to the second level. Take a somersault at about the 37-yard line.
I guess
a pickup of 6.
No, they're gonna. It looks like they're gonna move quick. They're not gonna huddle up. But the question is, will they wind the clock down? It looks like they might, Nick. He's gonna try to get to the quarter with one more play.
Yeah, inside of 40 now. So
one more play. That's it.
Maybe right. We may be looking at the last play here. We'll see. Down to 30 on the clock. Meanwhile, Thomas continuing to scan the defense. Exeter with a 5-man front on 2nd and 5. Another hard count. Takes a high snap. Handoff left side. Connors gets a block and leans forward for a first down.
Yeah, this number 25, Nick McLaughlin, he is a total player. You talk about unselfish. Here's a terrific athlete. Type of guy that knows he's going to start and look at that block up front. And this guy runs like a steamroller, Nick. He lowers his shoulder and everybody goes backwards.
Yeah, he's got grown man size, as we know.
Grown man size.
Only a junior. That's going to do it for the third quarter. Exeter decided to make it a game, took advantage of a bad snap, and scored on a 4th down pass.
They're hanging around
to make this a 2-score game. 20-6 after 3. Can Exeter complete the comeback, or is it Portsmouth night through and through? We find out next. 4th quarter on the other side. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Portsmouth. Exeter trailing the Clippers by a score of 20-6. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you. A battle for first place in Division I East. Clippers held a 20-0 lead at halftime. Exeter scored the lone touchdown in that third quarter.
That's 32.
And now this Blue Hawk defense hoping to get the ball back as they tackle McLaughlin in the backfield for a loss. Good stop there by Beam. Eli Beam has played well tonight.
Well, there's a matchup change. He's been losing most of the time, that matchup. Come out in the second half, he's won 2 key defensive plays, Nick, out on the edge there. So whatever Coach Ball and company said at halftime makes these guys realize they're starting to believe in themselves. It's going to be an interesting game here. 2nd and 14 or 13. We'll see.
Exeter has looked
Stronger.
noticeably better,
especially on D,
in the second half than they did prior to the break. Throw, intercepted. Picked off. They're going to rule Sean DeLello down as he dropped his right knee, but that's the third takeaway tonight by this Exeter defense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to throw the ball in the air, those things happen. You got a 11-13 left, 20-6. You're moving the ball running, and you roll the quarterback out and pass it, and it was just an errant pass. I mean, you don't throw that ball, you just throw it out of bounds. I didn't see anybody that looked, too open. Now Exeter's got the ball, and, Exeter's getting opportunities given to them. They took advantage of the first one. It wasn't easy, but they put it in. Let's see if they can move the ball here.
Second interception thrown tonight by Aiden Thomas.
I believe that's 4 turnovers.
3 by the defense, 1 by the special teams. Handoff. Look out.
Wow.
That's McLaughlin waiting for him at the edge. Absolutely planted Kavanaugh there for a 4-yard loss.
He's explosive would be the word I would use for him amongst many other good adjectives, Nick. But one of the center of them is he's just explosive. Look at him read. Let's see if we can see it here. Look at number 25 over here to the right side of your screen. Look at the lateral movement. He covers so much ground with every stride. Every time when he's on his toes, Nick, everything's efficient and moving towards where the ball is. He's got a nose for the ball, and he knows how to get there. And the big thing is he knows how to wrap and finish.
Stat-wise, estimation, probably over 10 tackles. Easy in that first 3 quarters.
He is something else. He and Durkin have been tremendous tonight.
The 2 anchors defensively. Give up the middle. And Delory got through the hole but slips and is ruled down.
Yeah.
About 4 or 5 yards shy of the. That's a tough spot. They're going to spot him only at the Portsmouth 48-yard line. So this is not 3rd and medium. It's 3rd and long here, 3rd and 7.
Yeah, I think this is 2-down territory. He's got to let his offense have as many reps as possible and trust in his defense. They've been able to get the ball back over. They're going to have to keep doing that if they can't convert here. You got 9:51. This clock is moving pretty good here already.
Yeah.
Gone by in the 4th quarter.
It's been a fast-moving contest tonight. Of course, Portsmouth struck first just 2 minutes in, a 4-yard touchdown run by Aiden Thomas.
Based on down and distance, if they get anything here, I think they'll go for it in 4th.
3rd down and 7. Bove under center. 2 behind him, a wing to the right. Play action, roll out right side, eyes downfield, going to tuck and run and spin out of bounds. Shy of the 1st down marker.
Was it
right around the line of scrimmage?
Watch the coverage on Graney here, number 80 from Exeter. They are all over him to read that play. Look at that coverage. He's right on him, and he knows he's already out of. That's just terrific defensive football right there. Who was that, number 2? I couldn't tell who it was, but.
On the tackle?
Yeah.
It was Durkin.
No, not the tackle, on the coverage on Graney.
2 would have been Nick Smith.
I think it was Nick Smith down there in the far end. Yes, what a terrific job by him. And quarterback has nothing to do but run out of bounds with a 1.5-yard gain.
Actually, a 2-yard loss.
I apologize, 2-yard loss.
So
yeah.
4th down and 9.
He went out early.
And it's 4-down territory here with nearly 3 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. 4th and 9 from midfield. Bove against the 4-man front, puts Kavanaugh in motion, takes the snap, 3-step drop, going to air it out deep down the far sideline, looking for Graney.
Ooh, a lot of
that
contact.
One incomplete, no flag.
No, it was trunk to trunk. They're going to let that go every time.
Husky in on the coverage for Portsmouth, and the Clippers will take over.
Yeah, it wasn't hand-holding or pushing or anything like that. Those are just 2 trunks together. You'll see down the field. Looking back, what the refs look for, no hands, and it's just 2 guys reaching, looking back for the football. Good no call.
Yeah.
So, to your point, they take over, not able to convert.
Yep.
It isn't like they haven't had opportunities, just can't seem to move the football.
Meanwhile, the Clipper offense yet to pick up a first down.
Yeah.
Here in this second half.
Yeah. I mean, it's 20-6. It'd be very interesting to see what Coach Pafford does here as far as the amount of risk that he's willing to take.
Going to put a man in motion and hand to him. It's Moss. Nope, this is Emmanuel Poe. Poe trying to cut up, spin, and gets knocked down by the second wave. Again, it's another tackle there for Batstone, who came in pursuit.
Yeah. Every defensive player loves these kind of hits, Nick. You kind of slow the offensive runner down. He's in the grass, but yet he's still fighting for yardage. And then, bang-o, he comes running. Good job not hitting helmet to helmet. All shoulder forward. That's good, clean stuff right there.
Batstone has been busy tonight.
Yes, he has.
Bit of a chess piece as well. We've seen him line up on the edge, line up at the second level. It's on the far side edge here for the upcoming 2nd down and 5. It's a dive, and Connors, second effort.
I think
going to spin out of a tackle attempt and pick up a first down along the sideline.
Tremendous.
He's had a night tonight.
Nick, he just looks like a college football player. He doesn't look like a high school build. He is prolific. And he's just got a motor that doesn't quit.
One of these big-bodied weapons for Coach Pafford. Listed at 6'2", 215. Again, only a junior.
Extremely coordinated.
And he's proven tonight that he's a hard player to bring down.
Yeah, he is. Look at that. He loves contact.
To answer your question, Steve, Coach Pafford going to take a little bit of time here.
Yep.
Between snaps, again with a 2-score lead on the board.
Instead of passing, he's looking at attacking the outside edge.
And here it is again. Yep. Moss cut down this time by Kavanaugh.
Good job.
At about the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Looks to me, Nick, like
it was Kavanaugh there.
Kavanaugh
first.
got shaken up a little bit on that hit, but he's ready to. He's not going anywhere. He's staying right in.
You're going to give him a yard for the effort, so Moss goes for 1.
Looks to me like he barely got back to the flag stick.
Yeah, I'm going to say 2nd and 9 officially, but you're right. It's closer to 2nd and 10.
Defense has put up a very good fight here in the second half for Exeter. They're really coming up. I mean, obviously, Coach Pafford's going to be a little more conservative, but I like the idea. If you're going to mix up and spread out the field, do it with a run game.
2nd and 9, play action, ball comes loose. That's a live football. Exeter is there, and the Blue Hawks have another takeaway.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you got to stop passing the ball, Nick.
Samuel St. Onge, the senior, jumps on it for the Blue Hawks, and Exeter is in business going the other way.
Yeah, one thing you don't want to do is motivate your opponent. In this particular situation, Coach Pafford's running game has done a pretty good job moving the football, moving the sticks. And in this situation, you're giving a lot of opportunities for the defense to make plays when you do that. But
that's the 5th turnover tonight for Portsmouth.
Yeah.
2 fumbles lost, 2 interceptions, and a bad snap on a punt.
And the defense is, other than that one drive, has bailed them out.
Right.
All those turnovers out and held the ground. So we'll see if they can do it here. But Exeter's making headway on certain plays here. We'll see what they can do.
Let's see if the Blue Hawks can move it now. They need to with already 4.5 gone by. Bove. Handoff, and then that one blown up again.
Is that the Delory? Yep.
Delory nowhere to go.
Nowhere. That's a wall. Hit a wall.
Fletcher Miles, the first to arrive there for Portsmouth.
It'll be very interesting. I was really surprised they dropped back to pass the ball, Nick, in that situation. You're in the other team zone. Worst case scenario is you get 4th down, you can kick and punch them deep. And with 8 minutes and 7 minutes now on the clock.
It was Mason Smith on the tackle.
I mean, but how about Exeter for getting the kind of pass rush they need to get that done? They're playing hard here in the second half.
2nd down and 12. Handoff, Batstone. McLaughlin is there to wrap him up again.
How many times have we seen him just run through traffic, Nick? Ignores stoplights, yellow lights, road barriers, no matter what. Excavators in the middle road, he gets around him and he gets to the ball carrier. And his ability to hold on, he is an athlete and a half. He just causes havoc. He's a menace.
Looks like a bull rider on that one.
Yep.
Another tackle.
But look at the movement that he has, how he reads, how he always runs to the right vector, shoots the right vector, covers the field the proper place, understands the concept of containment, and if you're going to miss, Nick, miss with him on your make a cut inside.
The clock really starting to work against Exeter now.
Does
We're
everything
midway
right
through the fourth quarter. 3rd down and 15. Going to split Kavanaugh out wide here in motion. Bove going to look his way and let it rip.
Oh, that's a duck.
This one is up in the air and incomplete. A one-on-one, and then a late flag is thrown here well after the play.
I think it's on this may be on Exeter with a push-off, Nick. I'm not sure.
It was Kavanaugh for Exeter and Moss for Portsmouth involved in that jump ball.
It is Exeter for a push-off because he pushed off as he rolled back. You're going to see it here. Oh, that was I don't know. I wouldn't have thrown that flag, but he was there. We're not. We're up here. We know. But it didn't look like the kind of contact in a tight play, such an important part of the game here that would draw a foul, a flag.
I'm not sure how consequential it's going to be anyway.
It really isn't because of the fact where they're going to spot the ball,
Nick. Because Portsmouth's going to deny it anyway.
Right.
Decline it.
Exactly.
So it's 4th down and 15.
So it is inconsequential, which is a good thing.
Right. So Coach Baffert will take his chances
All
here.
I'm saying is I just didn't
15.
see the kind of contact at that point.
I agree.
That would consequent a penalty. But
all right, so the punt unit is back out for Exeter. John Dodge, the 6'2 senior, has been busy tonight. He's going to line himself up at his own 24-yard line. 2 men back deep. This one is a good snap and a great kick down the middle and fielded on the move by Poe. He's got some speed to his right, looking for midfield, and a big hit. Going to push him out of bounds just shy of the 50-yard line. Tyler Bland, who has been busy tonight on the Exeter special teams, gave him a little hello.
He's
right
not
around
interested
the
in the
49-yard
score,
line.
Nick. He's interested in forcing on special teams. And
he was
watch
looking for
this
a scalp
hit.
here.
That is a good, safe hit. Inbounds.
At full speed.
Full tilt, full time.
Deja vu. Portsmouth going to start another drive here at midfield. Same spot they were at
Back
just
and
a few
forth.
moments ago.
But every minute that goes off the clock is in Portsmouth's favor. If they drop back again, I'll tell you, I'm really going to be surprised.
Well, as Mick Jagger once said, time is on my side. That's the case here with Portsmouth. Look at this.
He's a beast.
Rambling run up the middle as the productive night of Brooks Connors continues. A 12-yard pickup as he steamrolls 4 different defenders there.
What it is he's protecting the football. Look at the 2 arms of the football, and then he lowers his shoulder and just trucks people one after the other, and then still grabs another 4 yards after he should have been on the ground. And this guy is something else. He is something. He looks to me, Nick, like a college player playing on a high school football field.
Yeah. And again, we're talking about a junior. Nearly 5 minutes now remaining. Another 1st and 10 for Portsmouth. They go back to Connors' left side, and this one not quite as productive. Able to scratch out 3, it looks like, trying to follow the left guard. That'll set up a 2nd down and 8, looks like officially after a 2-yard pickup.
Yeah, I mean, I just why pass it if you can run like that? You want to burn this clock down, and they're hitting the zone right now where the percentages every 15, 20 seconds, Nick, is going up a point till they close this game out. It's going to take an awful unique situation here. It's going to take a fumble and a run back or something like that to put them within a score. But
despite the fact that they've committed 5 turnovers,
it's unreal. It shows
they're still nursing a 14-point lead. Just a 2nd carry tonight for Bueno, the senior. And he's going to muscle a few yards up the middle. Forward progress will spot the football at about the 35-yard line. So 3-yard pickup for the fan favorite and co-captain Dominic Bueno. That'll set up a 3rd and 5, and again, Portsmouth in no hurry. looking to take this clock inside of now 4 minutes remaining.
Yeah, this seemed to me be what you kind of want to do when you hit about 11 minutes. You basically got 2 scores. You're in comfortable position because your defense is really forcing Exeter to burn clock and thwarting their success. So
going to nurse that play clock.
Don't run backwards.
Hand off Bueno. Trying to get back to the line of scrimmage and won't.
Uh-oh.
Hit by a couple of Blue Hawks, and now a flag is going to fly late. Maybe some extracurricular activity there against the Exeter defense.
It's a very good penalty to call here. These will win the games at this point in time. There's a feeling like, well, we're out of it. Now watch this. And then afterwards, he's just going to start that's a very, very good call.
An unfortunate mistake there for Isaac Beam, who has played well tonight.
Yes, he has.
For Exeter, but maybe some frustration boiling to the surface there.
Yeah. There's no question about that. And these composure penalties that we talk about those from time to time, these are young high school men.
Right.
Give the guy credit. He's played himself a heck of a game tonight. He's frustrated. He's upset. He wanted to come in here for win. You work your butt off all week. Understand that. But it's the being able to transcend that as you work through high school that's such an important part of development. And but I'll tell you, he's played an impressive game tonight. He's given everything he had, and he's feeling it. The emotions in this game and this rivalry are real, and that's what makes it so much fun to watch. But I applaud the official for making that call to let them realize that, look, this isn't, don't go there.
Right.
So
it's been a very well
don't want any injuries.
Game tonight.
Fantastic overall.
Our referee, Mark Gregorakis, has been spot on more often than not. All right, so Portsmouth is back in the red zone, and they're going to keep it with Thomas. He's going to run to the right side and get tackled at about the 10-yard line. Sean DeLello, another stop for Exeter. Clock continuing to move, ticking down towards now 3 minutes. Coming up after the game, stats, highlights, analysis, recap, and out-of-town scoreboard. All that on the way.
I know you keep it all secret and all that stuff, Nick, but do you have that?
We've got some scores
of the Pinkerton BG game? You don't have to say what they are, but I'm just saying.
We're going to try and get the whole slate.
Is Tommy Amin still involved in this stuff? Because he was a...
Well, I never give up.
He was a sharpshooter.
Never give up my sources.
Yeah, I think Mrs. A's involved. She's just she's doing some surveillance from YouTube.
Hand off. Bueno busy on this drive. Going to spin his way, twist his way down about the 8-yard line.
I noticed you didn't affirm or deny that, so I would take that as a backdoor affirmative.
Yeah, we've got a lot of games to get to. You mentioned the Astros, the Cardinals. Bedford looking to stay unbeaten tonight against Dover.
Good game.
Salem is down at Wachusett, so...
And let me tell you, we've got a couple of big games to do next weekend. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. We're going to go full bore for the final 3 weeks of the regular season. Keep it moving right into the postseason, as we always do here on Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. We're down to 2 minutes now. Thomas, straight up the gut there, met at the line of scrimmage. Batstone, along with Isaac Beam, combined on the stop. And now a second down and goal coming up from the 8.
My guess is he'll just keep it between the hashes here. If something happens in between the tackles, nobody's going to say, but my guess is you got, second down, you can pretty much burn it.
Yeah. Coach Ball, not interested in stopping the clock apparently either. No. Exeter has 2 timeouts remaining.
He knows
the writing may be on the wall here. Down to 1:20. Thomas from the 6. Going to bounce it right side and slip his way down at about the 2-yard line.
Yep.
Touchdown saving tackle there by Harrison Caracciolo.
Oh, a nice job slipping. He went for the middle, and then he slips outside. He's very fleet of foot. I agree with Coach Pafford. This young man needs to run the football. He's very durable, and he's a smart runner.
He's a weapon.
He's a weapon, and he's just going to make his other running backs that much more lethal when they mix it back and forth.
Touchdown on the ground tonight for Thomas on the first drive, and then hooked up with Angus Moss just before halftime through the air. Third down and goal from the 1. Victory formation here. Thomas going to drop the knee.
The class move.
Coach Ball not going to call a timeout. Portsmouth is going to improve to 6-0 on the strength
of a 20-6 victory here tonight. An impressive performance against a conference rival. Exeter is going to suffer their first in-state loss of the season and fall to 4-2 overall. But make no mistake, Portsmouth, on a night where they honored their veterans,
I would agree,
and first responders before the game, were able to build up a 20-point lead at halftime and hold off a pretty good second effort from Exeter in the second half to win this thing by 14.
I would agree. Outstanding job by the defense of Portsmouth, Nick, no matter what happened.
$20-6 our final. We'll take a break, come back. Stats, highlights, and analysis coming up later on. Don't go away. Full post game next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. Don't waste another season. Raise more funds than ever before and become another football program in New Hampshire that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today. The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And do you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Well, a 20-6 final score is up on the board as Portsmouth holds off Exeter and improves to 6-0 on the season. Nick Anastas, Steve Beals with you from Dobney Field here in Portsmouth. This one had all the trappings of a big game here.
It did.
On the first weekend of October, week number 6. Portsmouth, they came ready to play in front of a large crowd here tonight on Salute to Service Night, where the community's first responders, veterans, and active military members were all honored in a classy ceremony on the field before the game. Portsmouth, on their opening drive, went down the field 65 yards in less than 2 minutes to punch in a touchdown of 6 yards from Aiden Thomas to make it a 7-0 score. That would be the score after the first quarter. Exeter, 2 takeaways defensively to keep it close in that first half, but Portsmouth gets on the board a second time with inside of 5 minutes remaining in the first half
A 1-yard touchdown run from Brooks Connors, who looked very good tonight overall. Extra point failed, and 13-0 was the gap at that point. After another 3-and-out, a bad snap, and then a blocked punt set up a short field for Portsmouth, and they made quick work of it in the final minute of the first half. Thomas to Moss through the air, a 19-yard hookup, and Portsmouth is riding high into the locker room at the break with a 20-0 lead on the board. Exeter showed plenty of fight in the second half as they come away with 3 takeaways after the break, 5 takeaways total tonight, and one of them set up a short field with inside of 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. On a 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, Bove, the quarterback tonight, Jack Bove, the senior for Exeter, hooks up with the junior tight end Tyler Graney on a 1-yard throw. 20-6 our score after 3 quarters. Both defenses buckle down over the final 20 minutes, and the score remains the same, despite the fact that it looked like Portsmouth was going in for a final time in that final minute. A classy move by Coach Pafford to drop the knee and end this thing at 20-6. So Portsmouth improves to 6-0. Exeter suffers their first in-state loss of the season and are now 4-2 overall.
Well, other than Aiden Thomas, let's give him a lot of credit. I thought he did a great job. I've seen tremendous advancement on his part as far as his development. Coach Pafford talked about it last night. I'm going to bring up 3 numbers, number 9, number 25, and number 55, that being Brooks Connors, Cole McLaughlin, and Max Durkin. Just nonstop chaos on defense and attacking on offense, blocking, tackling, running the ball, defending the ball. You name it, those 3 players just were constantly in the game. And there were so many others as well. This defense for Portsmouth is absolutely for real, Nick. Exeter needs to go back to the drawing board, not the drawing board, go back to practice. Recognize that they're within the far as they're in New Hampshire, they're 4-1. They have other opportunities to extend their record. They are an upper echelon team. They lost that. They had a lot of opportunities. Remember on Gridiron last night, Nick, I had said that it was the matchup of the Exeter offense against this stout defense. And tonight, it was Portsmouth's night. Coach Ball's an unbelievable coach. He'll take this film, he'll work with it, and he'll make his team better. And this is just a great game tonight to watch. Lived up to the hype as far as I'm concerned.
Other scores tonight. You asked specifically, Steve, about Pinkerton and BG. Let's start there.
Yeah.
Halftime, Astros 28, Cardinals 10.
Okay, so there you go. You got the Cardinals beating Timberlane by 4.5. Yeah, 44 points, and then they come in. They obviously made some great advancement, but Pinkerton. Pinkerton is Pinkerton, and they're showing. That's at halftime. That game must have started awful late.
28-10, Pinkerton. Well, that's the score. The latest score I have, anyway.
But
Londonderry, after sleepwalking their way a bit through the first half against Nashua North, woke up in the second half and rolled to a 31-7 win over the Titans. Winnacunnet, after a tough first 5 weeks, looking good in week 6, a 28-0 lead through 3 quarters over Goffstown. Keene set a shutout South tonight by a final score of 42-0. Another win for the Blackbirds. Alvern doubling up Concord. Still some time to go there. Through 3 quarters, a 12-6 lead.
New regime, coaching staff right there. New regime comes in. I think we saw that.
For Alvern?
Yeah, I think we saw it in the Jamboree, Nick, and they've really progressed. This is great for Hudson.
Yeah. 12-6 through 3 quarters. Alvern on top of Concord. All right, still tied at 21 south of the border between Salem and Wachusett. That game about to enter the fourth quarter. No, I'm sorry, I misread the score. That was not on purpose. Wachusett with a 31-21 lead over Salem through 3 quarters. So the Blue Devils still with some time to work with there. And one score for you down in Division 2, Souhegan with a 14-0 lead over Hanover early in the third quarter. That just about does it for our coverage tonight. Want to thank, of course, Tom Kozlowski and his staff here
what a place.
At Portsmouth High. Always fantastic. and always easy to work with for sure. We thank some of the fans as well for cooperating with us. We appreciate them.
Yep.
And, of course, our crew here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire. Might as well thank both head coaches as well for jumping on with us last night on FNL Gridiron.
Really
appreciate
enjoyed
the time with Coach Pafford and Coach Ball. And, of course, Jay Pinzanault as well. We spoke with our pregame guest tonight, Brandon Brown, from the Seacoast Media Group.
Terrific.
And, of course, our salute to service attendees tonight that include the community's first responders, veterans, and active military members. We thank you for your sacrifices. All right, for us here at Friday Night Lights, New Hampshire, we are off tomorrow. We'll be back in full force a week from tonight in week number 7. Of course, our crew includes videographers John Barron, Matt Beals, Kristen Beals, executive producer Steve Beals, the man to my right. My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time, Portsmouth 20, Exeter 6. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week.